Time now for your forewarned weather with Cedric Haynes.
All right, happy Friday, everyone. Let's get you ready for the upcoming weekend. We've got to start off by talking about some chilly temperatures as you get ready to step out the door this morning. We've got those numbers down into the 30s and 40s in many spots. For some of our higher elevations, I'm seeing numbers down into the 20s at times this morning. So grab the jackets or a sweatshirt as you get ready to step out the door. As you look at the big picture, you can see we had high pressure move in overnight, and that cleared the skies out, allowing for those temperatures to drop off a little bit. But now we're starting to see an increase in clouds again. That's ahead of a cold front that's going to be moving our way as we go throughout today. It's not going to bring us a big rain chance, just a slight chance of a shower up towards Cache Valley, but it will reinforce some of the cooler air that's been settling into the region over the past 24 hours. So we're looking at your forecasted highs for today. I've got us in the 50s to near 60 for most of northern and central Utah. So pretty much what you saw yesterday, expect that again today. And if you saw more clouds yesterday, we'll see a few more scattered clouds with that second front moving in as we go throughout this afternoon. Meanwhile, a lot of sunshine down towards the south. You get south of I-70, that's where we'll have those mid-60s for highs. You get down into lower Washington County, that's where we'll have temperatures jumping into the 70s. All right, let's time out this cold front as it makes its way into the Beehive State again this morning. Already starting to see some of those high and mid-level clouds building into the area. We'll see more of that as we go towards lunchtime. The front's going to come through. You're barely going to notice it. There will be a wind shift that'll take place, but other than that, you're not going to really notice much of a difference here as that front moves through. Again, some scattered clouds across the north, and there's a slight chance that we could pop out a couple of these isolated showers here, primarily up towards Cache Valley, the Bear River Range, southwestern Wyoming. It's a very slim chance. It's not going to amount to much, but it's a chance, so we want to let you know about that. Otherwise, high pressure is the name of the game for your Saturday and into Sunday. Look at this big ridge of high pressure. This is a strong ridge of high pressure. In fact, notice you hardly see any clouds anywhere around the state of Utah in this setup. So we are going to be looking at some beautiful fall-like weather once we get past this storm system, which rolls on through quickly. Now, as we go into the weekend, even though high pressure will be building in the upper levels, we're still going to have that northwesterly flow at first, so it's still going to stay fairly cool, or should I say seasonable, as we get towards the Saturday and Sunday time frame. But heading into next week, that ridge really strengthens across the west, and that's when we start to introduce those above average temperatures. Now, remember, it's the law of physics when it comes to the weather. So what goes up out west must come down off towards the east, and there's going to be a big piece of the polar vortex that's going to break off and dive into the country. And so central and southern sections of the country dealing with their first true Arctic blast of the season. This is some early season cold for them. Not only are we talking about hard freezes up towards the midwestern half of the country, we're talking about freezing temperatures down into the Tennessee Valley. And not only that, how about potential frosty conditions all the way down to the Gulf Coast? It's a little early for that, but yeah, it's on the way for those folks. For us next week, we're not dealing with that. We're on the ridge, the going up part of the weather system, and that means above average temperatures likely through most of next week. Now, if you're saying, when will our weather patterns start to change and shake up a little bit? We're still seeing those strong signals. We've been telling you about this all week, but the strong signals continue to indicate once we get to about November the 15th, so about next weekend, sometime around next Sunday and the Monday, I expect a wetter and cooler pattern to start to develop, and that could begin to shake the weather pattern up much more beyond that. We'll see. St. George, highs in the mid-70s, dropping into the low to mid-70s for your Saturday and Sunday. Right now, looking at a nice stretch of weather right on through Veterans Day on Tuesday. Happy Veterans Day, early Veterans Day for all of our veterans out there. Otherwise, no rain chances in the forecast. The Wasatch Front, a spotty shower chance this afternoon, but don't expect much. Temperatures in the 50s through the weekend with sunshine. But then as we head into next week, we start to warm it up above average in the mid-60s. All right, let's get a check on your traffic as we get you out the door on this Friday morning. Folks, starting to see that sunlight as daylight now happens just after 7 o'clock in the morning for the official sunrise. So it's brighter earlier, which means you can see better out there as you're making your way out on that morning commute. And right now we're seeing some good traffic all across the area. Of course, we'll keep you updated because it is a Friday and let you know if that changes. But for now, let's get you back over to Matt and Alyssa.